What's going on? It's your girl Shantae C, and thank you for checking in again to Tea and Things. I'm sitting here with my homegirl.
Nia, what's up? We're having another Wednesday night episode.
Yep.
You guys have been so faithful tuning in every week. Thank you so much. And they got a lot going on.
So I'm just gonna say, true that. And so if anybody knows, if you under the age of if you're over the age or you a 90s baby born around that, you know what true that means.
True
right?
that.
True that.
And if you're from New Orleans, you know what who that means. Oh, we got a Falcons fan over there.
Look, he's rolling his eyes so far back into his head they might stick.
All right. Well, guys, we had a great week.
Yes, we did. Mardi Gras was
fun. Oh
too
my God.
fun.
Too much fun. We didn't
Yeah.
get to do it in New Orleans, but we did it ATL style.
We did it. We did it ATL style. Listen, come party with us sometime.
Yeah. Food was great. The
Company
seafood
was great.
was great. Drinks were good.
Great.
So, hey, we didn't have to show anything, but we had beats.
Yes, we did. We had our beads on. we'll share some of those pictures on our on Tea and Things Facebook. So if you'll check us out over there, of course, it's Tea and Things.
Yeah, we'll share some of those pictures.
We'll share some of those pictures there.
All right, guys. And last week we had 23rd. I had to count the days down. February just flew by.
It did.
But
here and gone tomorrow. Boom.
On the 27th, we had the SAG Awards.
The SWAG Awards.
The swag. I want to call it swag. The SAG Awards. That was great. Like, everybody looked great. It was phenomenal. Of course, we can't go through all the nominees, but since I get to handpick some of my favorite people.
Right.
Big shout out to Mr. Will Smith. Oh my God. What I loved is that he got it for outstanding performance for a male actor in a leading role. But for King Richard, that was like one of my favorite movies.
And you know, one thing I will say about Will Smith, he is like when he gets into character, he gets into character. It's like he embodies it. He like who he is, Will Smith, it kind of fades away and that character really comes to life. And that's one of the things that I love because I feel like he's such a method actor, especially seeing where he came from, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, all the way till now. God, the evolution is amazing.
Yeah, he was even great in The Fresh Prince, though. I mean, it was definitely my show. I watched it every week.
Born and raised on the playground is where I spent most of my days chilling out, maxing, relaxing.
Oh, Shantae's a rapper, y'all.
Hey, listen, that was my show too.
That was my show.
I had
oh my God,
crush on Will Smith. Listen,
I mean, I can't say a whole lot about his rap career.
Well, you know,
but it
did what it did good.
It did what it did, and he never even said a curse word.
Sure did.
Yeah, he said he didn't have to curse in his music. But his acting is phenomenal. If you guys didn't see King Richard, definitely check it out.
That was a great movie. I watched
so
it.
Good.
Look, I started the movie. I was thinking that it was going to be a snoozer. So
Shantae put it on to go to sleep. Yeah,
I put it on to go to sleep. One night, it was like I was trying to get ready to go to bed. I could not go to sleep, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start this movie. It was like 11 o'clock at night. I had to be up at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I was like, okay, certainly I'll be asleep in the first 30 minutes because anybody who knows me knows that I falls asleep on the movies, especially if it's slow in the beginning. I stayed up till 1:30 in the morning. And I was like, I just sit here and watch this whole movie.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was really good.
So I definitely recommend it. He definitely deserved that award for that movie.
I know.
And everybody else that got awards deserved too.
And the story was just so...
Yeah, it was good.
Oh my God. So
it was really
you
good.
Remember that part when he was they were trying to hit on one of the daughters. The guys in the
Oh
in the
yeah.
tennis park was trying
He
to hit
went.
on one of the daughters, and then
He went to go box him
he
up.
went to go box him up and got beat up
Yeah, I mean,
in front of his kids.
He's just a phenomenal actor.
I mean, I was just like, wow, to just think about, the things that happened and the things that parents sacrifice for their children to help them become the great people that they are. So I think that was such a good role. And for him to kind of portray that and bring it to light and show like it takes a lot to make these very successful people. That's why everybody ain't successful like that, because it takes grit.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, hi, Aisha. Thanks for tuning in, girl. All right, so also, okay. Ugh. It's not your normal 50 drama. He didn't bring it to the table this time.
What 50 doing now?
It's not your normal 50 drama.
What 50 doing now?
This story really caught me because, again, crazy stuff that happened to people in real life every flipping day. So, Marion Hall, she used to go by the name of Lady Shaw. So she had to reach out to 50 Cent because her song, Striptease, that she wrote way back in the day, was on his first episode of Power Book 2. But check this out. She went on 50 Instagram.
Oh, why are you going on 50's Instagram? You know you 50, about to get ate up.
I need some money. Where my money at?
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What's this lady name?
She used to go by Lady Saw.
Lady Saw. Let me look her up.
So anyway, apparently, like back in the day, she got in some bad deals. They duped her for some publishing rights or whatever. So 50 may not even know, that he's using, her song and she's not getting a nickel for it or whatever. But she's like, she's asking 50, did you pay anybody for this? Because she hasn't gotten any money.
Right.
She want to know, does 50 have some money for her?
So she say, pay up.
Pay up. But that leaves, I hope this lady get her money because she deserve it. But that leaves me to say, people, have your paperwork straight in the beginning.
That part.
That's always the part. Have your paperwork straight in the beginning, and you won't go through this.
The lady say, I know you got some money for me. That's what she told 50. I know you got some money for me.
You won't go through this stuff in the end, So, I mean, I'm sure.
Look, it says she got major plans for the money. How much money she think she gonna get?
I don't know, but
well, for a sync license agreement, if you ain't like a huge artist or something like that, and you get a sync license, so the sync license is basically the license that they have to get from the Harry Fox agency to say, yes, you can use my music in the rights of your song. The amount could start from $1,500 and go up. So I don't know exactly how much money she thinks she gonna get. If she didn't sign up with ASCAP, BMI, or CSEC, she ain't gonna get no royalties.
Well, she may have been. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, if she telling him to pay up.
Yeah, I mean, this is a song she wrote years ago.
That don't mean nothing.
Years ago. So I'm sure, she was on dance hall. I'm sure she might have had her paperwork straight that way, but
hopefully
she was duped out of some royalties. Just have your stuff straight in the beginning, people. And then you won't be tracking down 50 for some coins.
But you know what, though? If she got everything like together like she should, everybody gonna be trying to listen to this song now.
I know. Well, hey,
so she
better get it together now.
She better make sure she got her stuff together now.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to go back to Power Book.
Oh, wow. So she said, I know you got some money for me for using one of my songs in one of your Power episodes, or you might have given it to someone who's trying to take my money. Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Right. Yo, get that lady her money.
Please give her money.
She need her coins.
What Rihanna
and
say?
They belong to her.
What Rihanna say? B better have my money. That's what she's saying.
All right, and guess what else happened?
What else?
Kim K became a free woman.
Oh,
They
Lord.
finally granted her divorce. She's a
Lord.
single woman. She's dropping the last name.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, she's just gonna go back to her maiden name.
Kim K.
Kardashian K, whatever.
She gonna be Kim K again.
Yeah, so
not Kim K West.
I'm sad that it didn't work, but
Well, the question becomes, will Kanye now become a stalker? Will he be popping up?
well, he already been
everywhere?
doing that.
That's what I'm saying. Is it gonna get worse?
Well, he done already got worse. He done went
Look,
from bad to worse to worse.
Look, is he gonna be like the lady from, what is it? Not Dear John. What's the name of the show?
And
Kill John. The show we was watching.
Dirty John.
Dirty John. Is she gonna be like the lady from Dirty John?
I don't know.
Look,
I haven't finished that season 2
girl,
yet.
you need to get into season 2. Listen, it is serious on Dirty John. These folks are great.
All right, so Kim is free.
Kim is free.
We're happy.
We're happy.
And what Robin said,
he's dating a Kim K doppelganger. Oh, that's crazy.
A Kim K doppelganger. Okay, Robin, I like that. I like that.
You know how? Did you watch Love Country? What's the name of that show? Love Country. Was it Love Country? Lovecraft. So Lovecraft Country. Did you ever see that?
No.
Okay, so in the show they made doppelgangers. You know what a doppelganger is, right?
Tell the people.
It's when they
don't tell me. Tell the people.
It's when they make a person from clay, and then that person takes the form of whatever you want the person to look like.
Okay.
So she said that he'd have made somebody from clay that looked like Kim Kardashian.
Lord.
And then that person, that doppelganger is like crazy, and you put a spell on them and they do whatever you want them to do.
I'll have to check it out. I'll have to definitely check that show out.
You like, oh Lord.
I know. It sounds interesting.
It's voodoo.
Oh, okay. I'm from New Orleans.
It's based in
We
New
dabble
Orleans.
a little.
Look, it's based in New Orleans.
Okay.
I think you'd like it.
I'll definitely check it out. So we're going to talk tonight, guys, about the generational gap. Boy, is it big, huh?
Yes.
Hell. It's big.
All right. So we're talking about, what are the differences between the people who was born in the late 50s versus the 70s, like their kids, their offspring, versus the ones who was born in the close to the 2000s. So we gonna go and talk about those differences, because listen, there are so many differences, from the love life to how they handle their finances to how they think about doing things to how long they stay on jobs. It's just different.
Yeah, very different. And now, and I see like the working from home thing. Hey, I love it. Okay,
right, me too. I don't ever want to change
Applause
that.
to it.
Applause to that.
But for some people, they can't adjust to working from home. They like to be in the office.
Right. They don't trust it. Like, okay, so this is where you find where people have a lot of mistrust. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, well, I don't know what she's doing if she's at home.
That's what's going on.
That's what's going on. These older folk are so worried about these young folks not doing their jobs. They're like, I don't understand. Y'all need to come into the office. You need to do this. You need to do that. I can't physically see you working, so I don't know if you are working. It is definitely like that. Listen, in a lot of workplaces, from friends that I've had and people who have kind of said different things, that's one of the main concerns when you got, an older woman or gentleman who's working with you. They're always very concerned about what you're doing when you're at home, right?
Mm-hmm. And Aisha says, I think the older generation has more issues working from home. So I agree. I definitely agree with that. I think, and it's like, you see people in the office or whatever, Zoom calls, whatever. Some people don't like it.
they're not technology savvy, so they're very.
And it's like
it's harder for them to get their work done. So that's number one. They like to see the paper and hold the paper and touch the paper. You know, I think that's one problem, and then the other problem I truly believe is that they cannot see what you're doing. And so they got an issue thinking that you're not doing anything.
Oh, okay. Oh, they want to be checking up on you.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm your boss, you not mine.
Yeah. And, I run into a lot of people, different clients of mine. I'm in marketing, but I run into a lot of people, and I have people that tell me, oh, my God, yeah, I just moved here to Atlanta, but they've bought a house in Atlanta, but they work in California.
Right.
But not work in California physically, but they're getting California pay, benefits, all that, which is amazing. But that's what working from home has opened the door to do for some people.
Yeah.
And of course you're going to get, coming to Georgia, you'll get, a way cheaper house.
Yep.
I mean, your dollar will go way further.
It'll stretch a little. It'll
than
stretch
Cali.
a little.
Yeah.
For sure.
So that's on the good side of things.
Now, but I will say some of these companies, I do think that they have gotten a little hip to the game because they do take into consideration where you do live when they pricing you, in terms of jobs. So.
Some, but not all.
You're right. That's what I'm saying. Some of these companies then got into it.
Not all.
But not all of them. It depends on how big the company is. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's a huge company, they got, a department that does that. But if it's a smaller company that don't have those folks, and cha-ching!
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 But yeah, it's just such a big gap on,
So let's talk about it from the flip side of the people that are underneath us. What are they? The generation?
They don't want to work.
Not only do they not want to work,
they don't want to work.
Let me tell you something. They will quit in a heartbeat. They will ghost you.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so there was a situation. I'm not going to say who I work for, but there was a situation where I had this young lady. We had hired her. And she was coming to work every day. She was doing good. She was great, Nia. This girl, I was like, okay, cool. We got somebody who's good, reliable. One day, she just didn't show up. I called her. No answer. Called her again. No answer. Sent her a text. no reply.
She got you on Scam Likely. Shot that call and the woman that put Shantae on Scam Likely.
No reply. Sent her email. No reply. So then I got my cell phone and called her. I called her from my cell phone. Looked like she was going to read the message. You know how you see the bubbles?
Mm-hmm.
And then no bubbles. I was like, oh, Lord.
Yeah, they will ghost you.
She never came back. We never heard from her again. The younger generation needs instant gratification. There's a low tolerance for grinding it out. Totally, man.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, Dante.
Totally. Dante, I agree with you. So I have a friend of mine owned a restaurant, right? And she was doing interviews for a busser, and she interviewed this busser that was about, and still in high school, 17. I thought this was the cutest story. So she needed people. So she said, "You're hired on the spot." He said, "I got a few more interviews. I'll get back with you."
As a busser? Get out of here.
I said, this young man, he want to see who's putting up the biggest dollar. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Not like it used to be. Don't play with these young people today.
Don't play with them. Because first of all, they just go in there so they can get the title. They going to work there for 3 days and then they going to quit. You weren't even long enough to get trained.
Yes. And then
on their resume, they're going to say, I worked for da-da-da-da-da. You worked for me for 3 days.
Can you use that on the resume? I guess you can.
I guess you can.
If you was hired and employed.
If you was hired and employed and you going to embellish those dates, they don't care. They'd be like, I worked there for 6 months and I got laid off.
Yeah. But I totally agree with Aisha. Like, and not all. No, we're not going to, I don't know if we should be using the word older, but older.
Older than me.
but not all. But I think that the older generation, it is really hard for them to not be able to keep an eye on you to make sure you're working.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes
like-
I get calls in the morning and they're like, "Are you in the building?" I'm like, "Hell no."
First of
What do
all,
you mean, am I in the building?
First of all, it's like the slave mentality. Like, if the master can't see you working, that's how I feel.
I don't feel like it's like that. I just think
feel
it's
like I'm in
hard for
Look,
some
I feel
people.
like I'm in a cotton field, and they're like, "Look, I can't see how much cotton you."
I think it's harder for some people to adjust, and it's like, hey, if you love being in the office, do you?
Right? Don't conflict with what I'm doing.
Yeah, but I do feel like it's that they can't watch over you, see what you're doing,
right? And so, if any little thing falls to the wayside, they automatically think that you weren't at home and you overslept, or you was getting your nails done, or you was getting your hair done, and it's like, no, look,
hey,
I wasn't doing that.
Y'all said I need to have my phone by me. You didn't say that I couldn't be at lunch with my phone by me. No, I'm kidding.
Right. But I think you get more work out of a person when they're working from home, to be quite honest.
Yeah, because you don't shut it off. I mean, that's my thing. I find, most of the time I'm out with clients, so that's what I love. I'm normally with my clients, so I love being out because I find when I'm out and then when I get home,
it's a separation.
It's a separation. I'm done.
Right.
I find when I'm in the office, I'm bored to death. I don't want to go to the office. But when I'm home, and if I'm just working from home, I look at the clock sometimes and I be like, oh my God, it's 7, 8 o'clock at night. Girl. These people done sucked the blood out of me.
Right. And
this firm done got me.
Right. And then you turn around and you getting up early in the morning and starting all over again. So it's not like if you work late, you're going to sleep in the next day.
Yeah. I miss sleeping in. But yeah, so don't even play with our younger generation.
Right.
They're not playing with you. Okay?
No, they're not.
They're not playing with you. They're starting, quitting. You better come right.
So I'm going to pivot a little bit because I had a friend tell me that there is a separation of how older generation versus younger generation thinks too, in terms of sex. In terms of sex.
Oh, she gonna pivot, Lord.
I'm gonna pivot.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. We all know that that's changed.
So the story was, and I say no names, I make no mention to inferences into who this comment came from. But they said that they had dated somebody who was older, and then they had dated someone who was like a little bit younger. So they were kind of in the middle, right? And so she said the person who was older said that he did not care about fellatio.
Okay. Well, I know a lot of older men that do care about fellatio.
He was like, hey, if that's up to you, if you want to do it, it's like, it's not
a respectable man.
It's not required. Like if you're not comfortable with it, I'm okay with you not being
comfortable. And what the young man told her?
The young man was like, oh, it's a definite, I'm getting fellatio. Or we ain't doing it.
Well,
I was like, wow.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's just like an everyday part of it. That's just like an everyday part of the sexual act. Is a fellatio.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess so.
For the younger man.
For the younger man.
I don't know. I think that depends on the person.
And I think they have desensitized it so much now that it's like, back then that was like a little taboo. Like you knew it was happening, but they weren't just like all outwardly with it. Now,
you could be walking down the street and be like, oh,
yeah,
she's just giving him head.
Right.
Or just keep on walking.
You You hear it in the songs, you see it on TV, you see it everywhere. Like, it was so censored back then. So I can see that. So to fellatio or to not fellatio?
I mean, it's all over the songs. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is. So yeah. Do we have a 5-minute tip?
We definitely have a 5-minute tip. And I have a great 5-minute tip for you guys.
All right, so that concludes what we're going to talk about, although we could go on for hours and hours and hours about the differences.
Yeah, the differences, the differences in our generation is crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
So let's just say, our parents made it a little bit easier for us, and we made it a little bit easier for that generation below us to, not have to work as hard, try as hard, or do, to try to excel. So Head Low by Anderson .Paak is my song.
I know, Lou. Hey, I be rocking to it too.
So, yes, I would definitely say that. Dang, I lost my train of thought.
That we have a big difference in our generation.
We have a big
and Lulu, I like that. I know. Sometimes I be singing. I'm like, what am I singing?
Right.
I be like, but this my jam. This my jam.
Right. Well, my jam was Love in Your Mouth. So
yeah, it's just accepted. It's all accepted. Everything goes now.
Everything goes now. There ain't no holds bar.
But guys, I'm going to go ahead and get into the 5-minute tip of the day. And it's going to cost you nothing. It's just free. So, if you have a plan or a goal or a business or whatever it is, working out, whatever it is, all you have to do is continue to just execute it. Like, a lot of people seem to start things and then stop, and nothing is going to be success overnight.
Exactly.
And multimillionaires have told us this over and over and over again. You have to see your plan through. Of course, we're so busy all the time, and I am the number one that's like, oh my God, I have this going on and this going on. I'm so busy. And then I realized I could take 3 hours out of my day. I don't have 3 straight hours because I'm busy, but I could wake up an hour early in the morning.
Yeah.
I can maybe go to bed an hour later, and I can take my lunch break and, eat my lunch and work on my project. So there will be my 3 hours right there.
Yeah. And so even to make it even smaller than that, if you consistently work on a plan every single day for 30 minutes, every day, you'll get to that goal quick.
Yeah, I believe that. But the key is you have to see it through. You can't start, stop, because you'll never see it through. We have to execute the plan.
Yep.
See it through, whatever it is. If it's just a hobby, if you want a hula hoop for a hobby, whatever.
See it through.
See it through. Just do it.
That's a great tip. I love that.
And that is my tip of the day.
So tune into Tea and Things. Again, we're on every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. We have a Facebook page, which is Tea and Things. We have a YouTube page, which is Tea and Things. We upload our episodes there on Thursdays, sometimes Fridays, but we gonna be on Thursdays consistently as much as I possibly can. And so that's what we got. I'm out.
All right, I'm out. Thank you guys for always tuning in. We love y'all. We'll see you next Wednesday. And yay, thanks to all our YouTube subscribers. Those numbers are climbing.
They are. I think we're at almost 250 now.
Yeah. All right. Peace, guys. We love you.